Hi, my name is Courtney Terry, and this is Arts Alive, sponsored by the Arts Alliance of Yamhill County and produced by Meadow Lake Studios. And my guest today is Edwina Castle, studio owner, dancer, and I feel silly I should have asked this. Is it, it's no longer gallery, or is it still a gallery? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's gallery, ballet, and
gallery,
tap.
ballet, and tap. And you've been teaching dance for quite some time. So how many years does it make now here in McMinnville?
Okay, so my studio here in McMinnville, last year I celebrated 30 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's also just being from McMinnville and growing up, I can think of like friends that I had who did ballet when we were in high school, and now I know I have friends whose kids are doing ballet in high school, and that's so amazing and just so much time.
Yeah, yeah, it's just wonderful to see the children grow into dancers and then to grow into adults.
Yes.
And I look back on the photos of all these wonderful children that became dancers that stayed with me. You know, I'm their mom for 10 years or so, depending on how long they're with it.
Yes.
But a lot of them, 15 years. They'll write and say, "You were my dance instructor, my ballet instructor for 15 years, and I learned so much about life from you. So I really appreciate it."
Well, and I think that's so, especially with dance and, dance classes in a studio and everything about it, just from learning the movements to the performances, it seems like there would be so many lessons that you can take from it.
Yeah, a lot of it's patience and perseverance and getting up and doing it again.
Yes.
And especially my love for ballet. I love ballet because to me, I've done other dance forms, but to me it's been the most challenging. So it's like the one star that you reach for. It's just like, I just want to reach that star. I just want to do that double pirouette perfectly, or that triple pirouette, or whatever it is,
Yes.
Just mastering it and doing it in a welcoming environment where all the other students are supportive. So it's really nice right now.
That's so important.
Yeah, I look at my groups of kids over the years and see where they've gone with their lives, and it's just wonderful. I love it. And of course, I love dancing. So
Yes.
I still love to demonstrate.
Yes.
And I still love to work out. And I try to make it up to Portland to go and take an adult ballet class.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and so that's been really nice. Trying to do that. And then other than that, just keeping in shape. I bicycle quite a bit because that's my other love, besides skiing. But
which is about the season, so.
well, and that's the thing, when you think about ballet, you're training your balance, and everything. And so you become a natural in other sports because you have that training. And so I think that's another really valuable asset to dancing, is it helps you with other sports, it helps you with other activities, it helps the shy person who doesn't want to talk express themselves. So sometimes those shy dancers turn out to be really, really, really wonderful dancers, even though they're shy, and at school they blossom.
Yes. Well, and it's also, just having that creative outlet and the physical outlet for it. And especially with ballet, there's so much just grace and precision. I know I think I read a news article some years ago about it's become popular for football players and other professional athletes, basketball players, to take ballet classes because, those kind of fundamentals of the movement really help on the football field somehow, which I believe it. That makes a lot of sense.
It does. Yeah, a pas de bourrée, for instance, is a quick change of weight and direction. And so sometimes I will even teach it that way. I'll say, okay, we're going to be a football player now. Yeah. This is where it comes in really handy. You have to teach the joy, the art, the humor of dance, and you have to, I shouldn't say you have, I say I want to.
Yes.
I want to make it fun and happy for the children while they're striving to be their very best. And it's really nice to see the dancers out there going, okay, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it. You know, even the little ones, you know, and they're like, yay, I did it. And you're like, yay, your personal best. I
You
just
can
love
do it.
Yeah.
And so what's the youngest age that you teach right now?
Well, right now it's my 3.5.
Okay.
3 to 4, and they're really, really cute, and they're so adorable, and it's like one of my happiest classes. I mean, I love my teenagers.
Yes.
I love my third graders, and I love all the ones in between. It's just like these little benchmarks of personalities. When you see this dancer and how their whole, you know, age group behaves a certain way, I just can't help it. I just start smiling. I just, whatever they're doing, whether it's good, bad, or whatever it is, it's just so funny. And it's because they're innocent at that age. They're really innocent at that age, and they're still learning, and they're still trying to fit in. And they love moving and learning to, oh, I have to control my body.
Right.
What an idea. It's like, I tell the kids, I'm like, okay, are you going to be the captain of your ship? Because your body is your ship. Okay, or are you going to just let your ship float around and do whatever it wants to on autopilot? Maybe not so much, you know? So.
Well, and I'd like to think there's a lot of that kind of like like they're into it, they're there, they don't necessarily have the skills, but they also don't have, like shy kids for sure, but they don't have that same kind of anxiety and fear of like holding them back. Like they're just doing the movement.
Yeah, and you have to study each child because each child is different and each child learns differently. So, you know, I use the visual, I use the language, I use spatial, and I really think dancers, actually, in my opinion, I think they're very intelligent because they have to use so much of their brain, you know, with your basic reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's you don't get that spatial awareness until like, what is it, geometry or something like that. You start really like understanding space, but also it teaches you temperance, and it teaches you how to relate to other people around you and how to relate in their space, you know, and learning about trust and also understanding other people's space needs. So it's really good for littles.
Yeah, that's really those kind of personal space boundaries and where those are and what not to do. But.
Well, and just how to use space and be creative. And some dancers, they think, oh, well, I'm not creative, I'm more intellectual. I'm like, well, that's fine. So you don't have to be emoting anything. If you don't want to be emotional, you don't have to do that. But think about the music, listen to the music, and move the scarf with the music, and just become part of that music. You don't have to be happy or sad or whatever, whatever the creative part of the dance is. If you want to just let the scarf be happy or sad, and let it communicate. So, you know, there's all these little steps you take and to get them engaged. And I love dance because it gives me that sense of freedom, and I guess that's why I love teaching it, because it's such a joy to see what these dancers do. You know, you have them when they're so young, and then you keep having them in the class, and you look at them grow, and then you're like, wow, look at you, you're amazing.
Look how far you've come.
Yeah, and so that's really joyful. And then as far as me as a dancer, I could talk about my background, but right now I'm a studio owner. I love that. And I love the experiences I've had with my dance mentors. I've had some amazing dance mentors, and I've been in several civic companies and done summer stocks and things like that. And I have had wonderful experiences with my dancers going elsewhere. So yes, I've had scholarships to go to summer camps at universities, to go on programs internationally, to be selected to dance in the School of Oregon Ballet Theater, to perform with Eugene Ballet Company.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I'm just really happy to be where I am right now, and I see that that's probably where I keep going. you know, I'm looking at a lot of other people around that are retiring, and I'm just like, it's so much fun.
Yeah. Yes. Well, and so coming up this next month, you'll have the Nutcracker performance.
Yes.
How many Nutcracker performances have you done now?
Well, it's been a few. It's been a few. In the beginning, when I first started out, I did an academic performance, so the parents could see what the students were working on. And then we finished it with the Kingdom of Sweets of Nutcracker. And then we finally added the whole thing and put it all together, because that's what people wanted. And the kids love it. So it's a joy. When the music comes on, they're all like, oh.
Oh, I know. And it's everything from, you know, the older dancers that get to be Clara, get to be those special parts in the Nutcracker. But then also the littles who are the rats or the
they love it.
It's so much fun.
Yes, they love it. It's so cute. And we've got tappers now, of course, and we've got Irish. And and jazz, and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, and I feel like going to see the Nutcracker, like it's part of the McMinnville holiday traditions. You have to go and see it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, so it's December 19th and 20th. That's Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
At 6:30 at Gallery Theater.
Oh, wonderful!
Yeah, I'm so excited.
And that's when do you start? So when do your students start working on that production?
In October.
Okay. I was thinking August or September. It's kind of that thing of how soon is too soon to get holiday music started.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're doing a holiday production, you are getting in the holiday mood.
Oh yeah.
Much sooner than everyone else is.
Yes, it's. We don't actually put Christmas music on in the classroom until after Halloween.
Fair. Fair.
Well, we'll have the Nutcracker music going before then.
Yes.
And the Irish pieces are going to be amazing. We have an Irish troupe that does wonderful things, and with the community and elsewhere in Sherwood, and then our tappers, our tap instructor. We have two right now. Carly Jones, she danced with me many, many years ago. She was my prima ballerina, my assoluta. She went on to get her dance and music in Western Oregon University, and now she's back teaching, but I also have Jessie, who's covering for her right now, and she's got a great dance background and studied at U of O. And I could go on about my instructors too.
Well, and I think especially with Carly, that's kind of part of it. It's almost like a generational thing. It's kids that you had, and now they're the adults, and they can come back and kind of get back to the studio. And I imagine maybe you have some kids that are the children of former students.
Yes. It's wonderful. Yes.
Just watching kids develop, but then also getting that added part of seeing their families develop and come back. And
and now it's the mother, it's the grandmother, and then it's just great because when new moms are there and they're like, oh, this is the first time I've been to this studio, and then you've got one of your previous dancers who's a mom, and they're like, what do you think? And she's like, well, I've danced with Mrs. Castle for many years, and now my child's here, so we like it here, we like her, and she's positive, and
Well, thank you, Edwina, for coming in today and talking with us about ballet and dance. I feel like there's so much more we could talk about, just about how amazing dance is for your body and soul, and for everything that you've done in our community, bringing dance in, and generations of dancers at this point.
It's wonderful.
That's so wonderful.
I love it. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, of course. And then, so the Nutcracker performance will be the 19th and 20th, and then at Gallery. And is there, are you selling tickets through Gallery?
In Cahoots and at the door.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and we have a recital before that opens it. So that's going to be the tap and the Irish.
So you can see all the different types of dancing. Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you again for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you. This is Courtney Terry, and this has been Arts Alive.